Hey there, I'm super excited to do this video because I'm going to show you the method I've come up with that has helped me to rapidly pay down my debt, increase my savings, and just make budgeting, paydays, all that stuff less stressful and even kind of fun. I'm going to show you what I do to motivate myself to save a little bit more and pay my debt down even quicker while having a little bit of fun, because budgeting should be fun. Otherwise, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to do it. So let's get started. Step one, we're going to create a bills list. We're going to take all of our monthly bills and we're just going to write them down. Once we have them all written down, we're going to write in the amounts. For this example, I've just assigned all the bills the same amount just to make it a little bit easier. Yours, of course, are going to vary. One thing that's important in my method, though, is to be sure you round up. Like, let's say you have a bill that's $44. You might want to make it 50 or 45. If you have a bill that's 139, make it 140. Always use round numbers. That does a couple of things for us. It helps make the math easier, and it also helps us to build a little bit of a cushion in our cash envelopes or our checking account, just in case something unexpected happens, or God forbid, like me, you make a math error, because I do once in a while. So once we have our list of the bills we have to pay and the amounts, we're going to total it. In this example, it comes to $1,920. Then we need to look at our income. In this example, I'm assuming that someone gets paid bi-weekly. And again, I want to make my math simple. I want to use even numbers. So maybe you get paid bi-weekly, but the amount's a little bit different. Go low. Here we want to go high. Here we want to go low. So always round down a little bit to make sure that you have a total that's going to be realistic. So in this example, I went with $3,200. Again, we're going to have to break that down a little bit more because this is what we would receive monthly. So let's start breaking it down. So our bills are going to be $1,920 monthly from our income, which is $3,200. So we need to figure out what percentage that's going to be. So I just keep it simple. Math is not my thing, but I take my total income and I just start plugging in numbers till I come up with the right one. So start with 50%, that gives us $1,600. That's not enough. So we're going to take $3,200 again. This time we'll try 60%. I knew it ahead of time, but that comes out to exactly the right amount, $1,920. So we know that 60% of our income is going to go to pay our bills. Now, this is a number that was realistic when I first started cash budgeting. I also wanted to be realistic with my spending, and if you're just starting out on this journey, you should be kind of realistic too. When I started out, I gave myself about 30% of my take-home to spend. Now, my gas, my groceries, my coffee, whatever it is I spend is going to come out of that amount. We'll talk about ways to reduce that, slash some things, but we're going to start out with 30. So we're going to take 3,200 again, and we're going to multiply it by 30. So 30% of our take-home pay is going to be $960 a month, okay? So now we have to break it down even a little bit more. We want to look at how much we're going to be able to save and spend. Because we're spending 60% and 30% on bills and spending, we're only going to have 10% left. Again, this is what I started out with, so I know this is kind of realistic. It's not a lot of money, but we're gonna grow. Trust me, it's gonna get better. So we're gonna take 3,200 times 0.05. That's going to give us $160 a month to save, and I need to get you in frame a little bit more, I think, and $160 to pay down extra on our debt. So we're going to start to pay our debt off a little bit faster. So to sum this all up, bi-weekly when we get our check, we're going to have $480 to work with for our spending. We're going to save $80, and we're going to have an extra $80 that we're going to pay on our debt. So that's step one. Let's move on to step two. So for step two, we're going to take a calendar, and we're just going to use all of these bills that we wrote down, and we're just going to plug them into the calendar. You can write the amount that bill is if that helps you. To me, that's just an extra step, especially because I have to do it month after month. I just write the name of the bill down because I know what the bills are. So I want you to just put all of your bills on a calendar so you know when they have to be paid and when they're due. That's step two. Now we're going to go to our worksheet and break all of our income down. Okay, so we know we get paid. We know we're going to get paid bi-weekly, $3,200. We have to divide that by 2. So that's going to come out to $1,600. Now, like I said, for most people, not most people, for some people, that's going to vary a little bit. I know it does for me. So in this, for this paycheck that I'm working with, let's say I got paid an extra $10.99. So I'm going to write down my actual on this line, which is $16.10. Now, $16.10.99. Now, I have this worksheet written up, and I'm able to photocopy it, and I just plug my numbers in. I always recommend you use an erasable pen because, again, errors and just playing with things, it helps to use an erasable pen. But for this paycheck, I got $1,610.99. Now, again, we want to work with round numbers. So I'm going to take the $10.99 and I'm going to subtract it. I'll show you later what we do with this money. But for right now, we're just going to take it out. So that's going to bring us back to our $1,600. So we know that's what we're going to work with. Now we're going to come back to our monthly bills list, and over here we're going to write the bills down that have to be paid this paycheck. This comes to $960, which is what we should be paying with this paycheck. Now that I know which bills I'm going to pay out of this paycheck, I get to the fun part. The part where I get to figure out how to challenge myself to spend a little bit less, put a little more in savings, and make a little bit larger of a debt reduction payment. So to do that, we start out by knowing that we normally have $480 to spend. But I play games, and that's how I challenge myself to hit those goals and to do better. So every paycheck, I play 3 games. The first game that I play is called Savopoly, and I got this over on Etsy from Mama on a Budget by Tara. It didn't cost very much. I'll link it down below. It's just like playing Monopoly. So I just roll my dice. I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I landed on chance. So chance, when I land on chance, I take the total amount and I put it into debt. So this time it's $6. So I am going to take my worksheet, and here, just so I can keep track of it, I'm going to write $6. And down here for debt, I'll write $6. Okay, so that's the first game that I play. The second game that I play, I got from Two Sister Bees, over on Etsy. I'll link that as well. I roll my dice. I got 11. I always take the highest amount and I put it into savings. So that's going to be $6. And then $5 I'm going to put on my debt. So back to our worksheet. And for save or spend, I have $11, but I'm going to take 6 of it and put into savings, and 5 of it and put onto my debt payment. Okay, so then there's one more game that I play, and I just take a regular deck of cards and I shuffle them. And I cut the cards. I got a king. So depending on how flush you feel, how much you've paid out on the other games, you can either use your face cards as a 1 or a 10. You can also do the same things with the aces, either 1 or 10. I put out quite a bit. I'm on a tight budget, so I'm going to make this 1, and I'm going to add that to my savings. So for cards, I have $1. So my total for all the games that I played is $18. Savings gets an extra $1 from the card game, so that's a total of 7. So I'm going to write 7 over here. I'm going to write 11 under debt. And then I'm going to come back up here to my spending. It's a total of $18. So I'm going to subtract that. 480 minus 18 is $462. Under my total here, I'm going to write $462. That's what I'm actually going to get to spend. It's a little bit of a challenge, but that's how we start to, you know, build up our savings and our sinking funds and pay down our debt. So then we have to figure out our total amount for savings and debt. So we started out with 80. To savings, we're going to add $7 from our games. Remember our zero out up here at the top where we had the extra $10.99 that we took out so we could have an even number? We're going to put that here under zero out. So we're going to add $80 plus $7 from our games plus $10.99. Oops, I did that wrong. 80 plus 7 plus $10.99 equals $97.99. So that's going to be the actual amount that I'm going to add to my savings account and my sinking funds. Now for my debt, we started out with $80 and we're going to add 11. So I'm going to put $91 towards paying down. This will be an extra debt payment. So now we know all my bills I'm going to pay, how much I have to spend, $462, how much I'm going to save, and how big of an extra debt payment I'm going to make. And that's it. That's the entire process. When you're doing this on your own and it's not being explained and all of that stuff, it's super quick. It probably literally takes me 10 or 15 minutes to do my budgeting every paycheck. And because I'm using the same sorts of numbers over and over unless something changes, it takes all the guesswork out. It takes all the stress. I've tried every budgeting booklet and sheet and method out there. This is what has really helped me to rapidly pay down my debt, save a lot of money, and just feel better about what I'm doing. If you think it might help you, give it a try. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comments section down below. Check out the links I'm going to add, and make sure you pop back for the next video. I will see you guys then. Bye.